Well, I thought I would make a quick video of what's been going on down here in Florida in the winter months with my pepper garden. I've got a few things going on here that I haven't shown on my other videos, so thought I'd show y'all. Here's what we got. Let's see, these are for some reason this is like one of the best crops I've ever had off of this. These Morougas. It's the middle of winter. It's almost the end of January now. It's last week of January, and this thing is just completely loaded, and some of the biggest peppers that have ever come off of it. So you tell me. I don't know. It hasn't been that warm. I mean, for us it's been in 60s. Today it's probably 78 out here today, but it's up and down. The nights are really getting kind of cool here and there, and then I'll have a warm one, but it's a lot of cool nights. So you can see all the leaves are starting to kind of turn yellow, and not all of them, but the majority of them. There aren't any new flowers, of course, coming out, but this thing is just packed with really nice buds or pods, and I'm gonna end up picking these today. There's some really good ones on there. There's probably 40 on this plant right now, ready to go. So that'll be a nice harvest. I have to come up with some kind of good sauce to make with them or something. And this one's the same thing. It's got a lot on it, but not quite as many as that other one. This is a Morouga also. And this is the Butch Tea. It's got quite a few on it, actually. I got them kind of jammed together here. It's hard to tell one from the other, but this has definitely got a bunch on it. There's a nice one there. I've been waiting to give this one to my friends who will never come over. They keep blowing it off. I think they're scared. So anyhow, that's the Butch Tea. Doing pretty good, turning yellow. A lot of the leaves are turned yellow, but it's still hanging in there. This is the Butch Tea Cross that I'm going to get rid of. This one is about had its day in the sun here. It's not really producing much anymore, and it's looking like it's dormant. But I'm probably going to chop this one down. I don't really have a lot of use for that one. I don't really like the peppers coming off it too much. This one's a Scotch bonnet. It's still got a bunch on it too. It's just put out a bunch of ripe ones again. They're not very big, little tiny things, but they're still hot. They're still ripe. There's probably 30-40 on there. I'm going to end up giving that plant away. So those two, the Butch Cross and that one, are going to go away. And then my ghost pepper plant. If you've seen from my other videos, yeah, there ain't much left of it. I hacked it down. Took a chance. And what people do to overwinter, I thought I would try down here and just leave it outside because it needed it. It was so huge. It was almost 6 feet wide and 5 feet tall and just out of control. The branches were actually splitting at the forks from the weight. So I took a chance and chopped it down and pulled it all the way out. Gently got it out of there and cut the root ball to about the size of a softball and repotted it in a lot better dirt. This dirt compared to the stuff I was putting in these is 10 times the quality, just a better mix. I didn't know what I was doing when I first planted these at all. Still don't know a lot of what I'm doing, but I know this is a hell of a lot better mix. And it's a 50% vegetative compost mix and 50% all natural, no fertilizers in it, just really good potting soil, organic potting soil. So that'll work. And yesterday I noticed I actually have life. I don't know if you'll see this on there, but let's see if I can actually show you that. See that little green thing coming out of there? So I didn't kill it after all, and there's a little one right there somewhere too. So the thing is actually alive in there somehow, and it looks like it's going to work, so I was pretty excited about that. I didn't want to lose that ghost pepper because it's just a really good one. The peppers were hotter than hell off of it. So we'll see. This time I'm going to keep it a little better trimmed, kind of more like these, like the top heavy canopy tree instead of the big ass bush. And these are some of the seedlings I've got planted so far that I've got out in the full sun now. I pretty much go from as soon as there's 4 leaves on it, I get it out near the sun and start getting it hardened a little. I toughen them up a little bit, and then I go right into this size pot. I'm not messing around with all the different millions of different stages of pots. I hate replanting, so I put them in this, and then they're going to go right to a big one like that, and that's it. No more than that. So I use the Jiffy pellets, and I put the Jiffy pellets, unwrap them and put them right into that pot that you see there, and let them go. So try to save some work. A little quick rundown of what I have here. I have a Hobolokia. They all kind of look the same right now, but I have a Hobolokia, one 7-pod brown from Judy, a pepper lover, a yellow brain strain, a yellow scorpion, actually 2 yellow scorpions from Matt, a Nagamorich from Matt, a yellow 7-pod XL from Judy, Douglas Cross from Matt that he said I had to grow, and he said it's really rude, just nasty hot. So that one's we'll see what that one does. A 7-pod Jonah from Judy, a 7-pod white from Judy, actually 2 7-pod whites, the chocolate boot from Hippie Seed Company, brain strain from Judy, Nagamorich from Matt, and Peach Hobolokia. I believe that's from Matt too. And these, hopefully I can save you guys the trouble of doing what I did with these 8. I got these going, and I actually made a mix of dirt, and I took some advice, I won't say from who, but they said to add some lime into your mix. So I add hydrolyzed lime into my mix, and I obviously didn't mix it properly or didn't mix it thoroughly enough, and it burned the living hell out of every one of these plants to the point of where they all looked like that or worse. And I got sick of watching them. I realized there's no way they're going to make it, so I said what the hell, I had nothing to lose. So I took them all the way out and washed off the roots out of the pot, hosed off the roots, and saved the whole root system on them and replanted them. And this is what I got in the good mix, the mix I'm using now. This one is a 7-pod Douglas. This one's one of the boots. This one right here. See how it's kind of curling? It's growing good, but the leaves are kind of curling. It's still, I think there's still some systemic damage on some of these bad, but they're growing. This is another boot. Those two are the same. And look at the difference. That one's tall and weird and curly, and this one's pretty healthy. And this was another Douglas from Neil. That one's just barely hanging on. Not sure if it's gonna make it. It keeps sprouting out leaves in the middle like that, and then they turn and they get dark edges on them. I think the lime just really trashed them. This one has a little caterpillar damage, which I finally found these little black caterpillars chewing holes in the leaves. So I killed them. I didn't really spray for them. I just found them and killed them. This is another Douglas. Not sure where I got that. I think it was off of eBay or something. But this one's doing good without the caterpillar holes. There's a Butch Tea from Neil. That one's, I thought it was dead, and then it sprouted out a couple little leaves up top, but I don't know if it's going to make it. Same with this yellow 7-pod from Neil. It's not doing so good, but it ain't dead. So it's got little leaves sprouting out the side. So I'm going to leave it hang there. And then this one was off the same batch. This one must have worked. This is a 7-pod Primo, and it's just happier than anything. So who knows? We'll see what come of them. I've already replanted some of those because I didn't have any faith in them coming back. And that's about that. And then I got a bunch over here that are not quite ready for prime time yet. They're in the partials, a little bit of sun a day. These are all kinds of ones that aren't quite big enough. I don't really trust putting them out there yet. These are, let's see, 2 Naga 7-pod crosses from Matt. He said they're phenomenal. These are the ones that made his hands go completely numb and useless for about 5 minutes, and that's what I'm looking for. Strong peppers. There's 2 more brain strains from Judy. There's 3 more 7-pod browns from Judy. And this is a 7-pod. I think it's a 7-pod. It looked like one, and a guy gave me a whole bag of these huge peppers, and they were really hot. I mean, smoking hot. So I don't know what it was, but I'm guessing it's a 7-pod or a 7-pod cross. So I grew 2 of them and a 7-pod burgundy. And that's really about it that I have going on right now. I have a couple up here to replace those dying ones over there. I got one baby Morouga. He just popped out. I have 1 more of those coming. And a couple Butch Teas and 3 red Savinas habaneros. I got to trim them out and find the strong one and get the rest of them clipped out of there. But that's about it for me. That's the garden. That's going to be how many I grow right there, probably total. I think my wife will slay me if I get any more than that, because somehow that's all got to fit right here and out on that little deck. I got to fit about 40 plus plants, and if they all get that size, it's going to probably be pretty ugly out here. She's not going to be pleased, but it is what it is. It's an addiction is what it is. This stuff's addicting as hell. Every time I get more, I want more than that even. So anyhow, that's that. That's my update. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching.